there are two different ways. Actually, there are three different ways to find the missing endpoint. The easiest one, I believe, is to graph it. So if we put our endpoint at 6, 9 and put our midpoint at 1, 6, then what we can do, sorry, that has to be 1, -6, I knew it. So if we put one endpoint here at 6, 9 and one endpoint here at 1, -6, and then we're going to mark this, and we're going to say this is our endpoint, so we don't get confused as to which is the endpoint and which is the midpoint. And then you start at the endpoint and just count. So this is 9 to here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 down to get level with the midpoint, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And then just do that again. Go 15 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And that should be your other endpoint. And so this is an endpoint at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. -21. Now, so here's your endpoint number 2. You can also just line these up. Here's your endpoint and here's your midpoint. From the first endpoint to the midpoint, you had to go down 5. So if you go down 5 again, you get to -4. And from your y of your endpoint, from 9 to -6 is down 15. So if you go down 15 more, you get to -21. And then we didn't need a graph, and we get the same point. The other way is to use the formula. You do x. To find the midpoint, you do x of your first point plus x of your second point, endpoints, and divide by 2. And so this is going to be our midpoint, and you do y of your first point plus y of your second point and divide by 2. So x of your midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2, and y of your midpoint is y1 plus y2 over 2. So we know x of our midpoint, and we know x1, it's 6. x2 is what we're looking for. We know y of our midpoint, it is -6. We know y1 is 9, plus y2 is what we're looking for, divided by 2. So for both of these, you multiply both sides by 2. This one becomes -12. And then you solve. This isn't x squared, it's x2. And then you solve, you subtract 6 from both sides and get -4 is x2. And when you subtract 9, you get -21 is y2. So again, we get the point -4, -21. Take your pick. Whichever way you understand better is probably the way you should do it.